Okay, let's talk about LVM resize operations. Resizing a file system sounds easy, but you need to be very aware of what you're doing. Otherwise, you will end up with a big mess, and that will be very difficult to fix. So in order to understand resize, let me just recap the LVM architecture. So on top we have the file system. The file system sits on a logical volume. The logical volume gets its available disk space from the VG, and the VG leans on physical volumes, which provides the actual disk space to it. Now imagine that your file system is running out of disk space and you want to make it bigger. So that means you want to extend the file system. In order to extend the file system, well, you cannot begin with the file system itself. You need available disk space in the logical volume. And in order to have the available disk space in the logical volume, well, you need possibly disk space in the volume group as well. So to make your file system bigger, it can happen that you need to start all the way from the physical volume. So first you need to create a new physical volume. Next, you need to assign the new physical volume to the volume group. Once it is in the volume group, you can grow the logical volume. And once you have grown the logical volume, you can extend the file system as well. So that's an extend operation. So the extend operation starts with the physical volume and goes all the way up. Now we also have the reduce operation, which means we want to make the file system smaller. Can you imagine what happens if you take the wrong order here? If, for example, you started by reducing the logical volume without reducing the file system first, it would mean that the file system would be bigger than the logical volume that sits below it. And the FSCK utility is going to see that there's a problem there, and it's probably going to mess up all your data. So if you are going to reduce, make sure to first reduce the file system. And once you have reduced the size of the file system, you can go on and reduce the size of the logical volume. And if you have done that, you can also reduce the size of the volume group and take away physical volumes you don't need anymore. So it's very important to really think about the order of resize operations. And in here you can see the order that you need to apply for any resize operation.